and welcome to the Let's Talk Football podcast with myself, Warren, my cousin Jack, and my best mate Ethan. We've been looking forward to doing a podcast. We've been talking about it for a bit now. Thought it would be a good idea. So hopefully you enjoy listening to it as much as I'm sure we'll enjoy making it. If you want to talk about what is going to be in the podcast, Ethan.
Well, let's have a look. Well, we've got, obviously, let's have a look. Where are we? Well, we've got the Stoke versus Luton game that's just happened. About what? As soon as this video goes live, it's like yesterday. So then we've got the Stoke City player ratings from the game. The big man Ryan Shawcross leaving the club.
Oh, so sad.
Then we've got where Stoke will finish at the end of the season. The incident with Darren Drysdale at the Ipswich game, the absolute unit.
Yeah.
And next we've got who is the better striker, Kane or Lewandowski? State which of us think the top four will be at the end of the season, the Prem. Then we've got the Champions League, Europa League, Premier League. Then we've got the Liverpool game that's just happened. And then finally, we've got to predict the upcoming games in the week of the Prem, Championship, Europa League and Champions League.
Yeah, right. So we might as well get right into it then. Starting off with, obviously, with us all being Stoke fans on here, starting off with Stoke. And thankfully this week, it's actually some good positive news to do with the score, as we beat Luton 3-0 at home. We've done one over Nathan Jones again this season as well, by the way. So firstly, Jack, what did you think of the game?
I thought that there was a few chances that we could have went 4 or 5-0 up. But at least we've won it, and then we've won by a few goals in front of Nathan Jones. Cracking performance, I think.
Yeah, Ethan, if you want to go next, what did you think of that?
Tell you what. Firstly, what a game.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Powell, prime Pelé, mate. Oh, my God. See his header?
Oh, mate,
right
world class. World class. Yeah, I mean...
Honestly,
yeah.
He's done well this season, Nick Powell has.
Yeah.
Going to be honest. Can be sloppy some games, but today, been brilliant.
I completely agree, to be fair. I completely agree.
He's actually hit 10 goals this season now.
I've seen that, yeah. Very impressive, really.
And Nathan Jones, oh my God. I was watching the press conference, post-match press conference. Oh, he looked pissed. He was pissed.
Yeah.
There was no desire. Mate, he was pissed. You could tell.
Yeah. I mean... I think, personally myself, I thought the main players in that were probably overall brilliant whole squad performance, but I thought in particular Joe Allen, Fletcher, Nick Powell, Norrington Davies with his comeback game, unbelievable today. But the whole squad was just brilliant. And like Jack said, actually, we could have gone 4-5-0 up. I mean, we all saw the incident with Klukas taking the ball off the keeper and just putting it just behind. But we played unbelievably well today, I'd say. So next thing then, the player ratings. So let's start with Jack. I'm going to go through all the players that started. And you just, I suppose, give, what would you rate them out of 10? It is, okay, obviously 10 being unbelievable, God form, and 0 being...
Crouchy.
They shouldn't have even been there.
Crouchy.
Prime Crouchy, yeah. I suppose you could say that if you wanted to. So, starting in goal, Angus Gunn.
Normally I'm a bit against Angus Gunn, but for this game he was actually solid. but not a lot of shots came his way. So about 6.
6. Okay. Next after that, then Norrington Davies at left back.
8.
An 8. Okay. We'll go on to the other full-back and then we'll go into the centre-back. So after that then is Tommy Smith. Right back.
6.5.
6.5. Okay, what is your... Just so we get an idea, what is your reasoning for your rating so far? For Tommy Smith in particular?
Because, we didn't concede, so I feel like the back has got to have a bit of credit. But also, Tommy Smith, from what I could see, but my screen kept buffering a little bit. I didn't really see him do many makes except he kicked the ball out when he could have maybe kept it in. So.
Okay, so 6.5. Okay,
yeah.
Right. Okay, we'll move on then to the two centre backs. Danny Batth.
I would have to rate him 4.5.
Okay. What's your reasoning behind that?
The players just don't trust him, which
I'd slightly agree with that. To be fair, so Harry Suter.
With him in the team, it's not like having Shawcross at the back or something because they sort of like chemistry in it.
Okay, so Harry Suter.
He won a few heads. I'd rate him about 7.5.
Okay, so we'll move on to the midfield then. Jordan Thompson.
About 6.
Okay, Joe Allen.
7.
Okay, so we'll go on to the wingers then. Brown at right wing
Wait,
today.
what about Lucas?
Lucas came on as a sub later on. We'll go to Brown next. Don't worry about it. I've got it all here.
Brown, he made a few good runs. Like he was just there for the pass and stuff.
Okay, so rating.
Gotta be a 7.5.
Okay. Nick Powell then.
Nick Powell. It's gotta be a 9.
Yeah, brilliant performance today. To be fair, I can't argue with that. Josh Timon.
Josh Timon.
On the left today.
I would have preferred McLean to play as he came on and sort at the last minute, but
I agree.
6.5.
Okay, and then finally for the starting 11 at least, Stephen Fletcher up front.
He wasn't greedy, which I am very thankful for.
He was very unselfish, yeah.
But yeah, he managed to nick a goal because he was there for the sweaty. I would rate him 8.5.
Okay, and then quickly, we're just going to say the ratings for these one. Don't need a reasoning because they are only subs. But from the bench, Sam Vokes, who came on today, out of 10.
He didn't really do much, so about a 4.
Okay, James McLean.
And just before we say the rating, I just want to say Sam Vokes should have scored.
Yeah, he had a good header chance, didn't he?
How he didn't score, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was harder to miss.
Than not to, yeah.
And he literally just hit his face.
He just hit it at the goalkeeper, like.
I will say, at the same time, I do think it was a very good save for the keeper to manage to save it. But I know what you mean. He should have done better. Very quickly then, James McLean then, Jack. Out of 10.
He was just trying to burst up there, wasn't he, really? So, even though he didn't play much, there's not a lot to go on, so about an 8.
Okay, John Obi McCall then.
7.5.
Clucas?
Because his selfishness, I've got to take it down a little bit. 7.5.
Okay, Jack Clark.
I didn't really know much of him, but from that performance, it's got to be about 7.
Okay, and then finally, just very quickly, out of 10, tactically today, how did you think Michael O'Neill did as a manager today in this game out of 10?
I was actually dragging it, but he did actually I think it was good by Michael O'Neill this game, and I hope that he tries to use that plan on other teams as well.
Okay, so then we'll start again. We'll go very quickly with Ethan's. So Angus Gunn, Ethan, out of 10.
Let's just say 6. Nothing to do, really.
Yeah.
So it's just basics, really.
I'd agree with you there, to be fair. Tommy Smith at right back.
6 again. Nothing to do.
I'd agree, to be fair. Harry Suter.
7. He just heads everything away. He's 6'7".
Yeah. Unbelievably good at the back, I'd say. Danny Batt.
I'd say 5.
I'd agree with that. Norrington Davies.
7. He does everything so well.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And to be fair, we are really lucky to have him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, to be fair. Joe Allen.
I'd say 7.
Okay, yeah.
He's pressing all the time, yet again, like his prime. So, back in the prime days. So,
yeah.
You know.
Okay, Jordan Thompson then?
I'd say 6. I'm not much for him, to be honest. Yes, he's got a good delivery when set pieces wise, but he just feels sluggish on the ball. But he could improve on it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Jacob Brown then.
I'd say 6 again. It's just I don't get why he started. To be fair,
yeah.
I thought why is Clark not in?
Yeah, I agree. Actually, that's exactly what I thought.
He's been our most threatening player in the last few weeks. So I'd say 6 for Brown.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Nick Powell then.
Oh, it's man of the match performance from him.
Oh yeah.
10.
Yeah, fair enough. Timon on the left.
To be honest, Timon can play anywhere and play well, except from left back, as we know.
Yeah.
But I'd say 7.
Okay, yeah.
Plays really well.
Fair enough. So Fletcher then up top.
I'd say an 8. Just unselfishness, and he got a goal that he deserved in the end.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that seems fair enough. So then, very quickly, then the sub Sam Vokes.
4. Stupid twat he is. Honestly. Get it gone.
If you want technical analysis, you might not always get it from Ethan. You'll just get that instead. Honest guy, yeah. James McLean.
Oh, McLean does it. He just runs, doesn't he? So
yeah,
you know, I would just say 6, but because he didn't play much today, so you know.
All right, Mikel then.
He killed the game off. Mikel 7. He was
decent. Yeah,
decent today.
Yeah,
really good.
All right, Clucas.
I'd say 6. He could have scored, but it was a hard angle. To be fair, wouldn't expect him to score. Could have passed it to McLean actually. To be fair,
that's what I said. To be fair, but yeah, he still did well though, didn't he? Really, to get the tackle in the first place. All right then. So Jack Clark.
I'd say 6. Yeah, I'd say 6.
Okay.
Since he came on, always skillful.
Yeah.
By the way, very lucky to have him again.
Yeah, I agree.
Because a lot of teams were in for him. And since he's at Tottenham now, he's playing with some big name players.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so finally, tactically today, O'Neill out of 10?
I think it was a 9. Good performance. Back off the 1-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday, which was a really dire game, by the way. Very, very boring to watch, but we got the result in the end. Very, very attacking performance, and defensively very solid. So I'd say a 9.
I'd agree with that. I mean, I'll just go through mine dead quick then. Gunn, I'd give a 6.5. Yeah, again, like what you said, Ethan, he didn't really have much to do, only the basics, but at least he did the basics well. Yeah. I thought his kicking, actually, today, his distribution was excellent, actually. throughout the game. Smith, I'd give him a 6. I think he did better today than he has done before, but then he still didn't do much, so I can't give him much higher than that. Suter, I'd give a solid 8 today. Everything that came in, he dealt with it. He commanded that box today. Not Danny Batt didn't, but Suter, he took charge all game. Danny Batt, I'd give a 5. I think he's lucky to get a 5 because I think he did slip up a couple of times, but ultimately we got a clean sheet, so he can't go too harsh in a way. Davies, I'd give an 8.5. Unbelievable performance, I thought, on the left. Some of his crossing, it reminds me of watching Robertson at Liverpool. It really does. The way he can whip in a ball. And some of the runs he makes as well, and the confidence he has is brilliant. Joe Allen, I'd give that run to keep the ball in and then to cross it to Powell like he did. Unbelievable work ethic. I'd give him an 8. Thompson, I'd give a 6. He's just average most of the time I see him play. He doesn't do enough for me, so I'll just give him a 6 since we won 3-0 anyway. Jacob Brown, again, a 6. Didn't really do much for me. Wasn't in the game that much, but he didn't do much wrong either when he did get the ball. Powell, I'd give a 10 because he was man of the match performance. Like you said, Ethan, he got 2 goals today, very influential in the match, and he's been a key player all season long. Simon, I thought, considering it was left wing, I do like about Timon is he's not an unbelievable player, but he's very flexible. So for that, I'll give him a 6. Fletcher up top, I think it's got to be a 9. Unbelievable performance. And the assist that he got was so good. The way he turned their defence inside out and unselfishly passes it across. But he also got a goal in the end as well, which was very much deserved. Vokes, I'd give a 4. I think he's just not really good enough for us. James McLean, I'll give him a 6.5 because he's always willing, loads of energy, running forward at defenders. Obi McCall, I'd give a 7. Solid performance defensively when he came on. Some good tackles and some good passing. Klukas, I'd give a 6.5. He did all right. He didn't do loads. We've got to remember though, he did get an assist for Fletcher's goal, so you can't rate him too low. Clark didn't do too much, so I'd give him a 6. And Michael O'Neill, tactically today, I thought he was actually absolutely spot on. He can never be perfect though as a manager, really, I'd say. So I'd say I'd give him a solid 9 out of 10 today. But yeah, brilliant performance and brilliant from Stoke today, really. So moving on to the next thing, we'll keep this one short, really, even though it is very sad. Ryan Shawcross, obviously after 14 years of service, is leaving the club to join Inter Miami. Obviously, absolutely gutting, really. A brilliant captain. I think he'll forever be a club legend. What do you guys think on that? Really, that news.
Wow. That's all you can say about Shawcross. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And there was a few times where he could have moved, and he said, "I want to stay at Stoke."
Yeah, I saw that.
So fair enough to him. Cold, rainy nights in Stoke.
Yeah.
He can do it there. Can he do it in Miami? We'll find out.
Jack, anything quickly you want to add to that?
It's going to be a sad day when it sinks in. And I don't think it's really sank into that many people yet, but when it does sink in, it will be very sad.
I think, for me, unbelievable captain. It is sad in a way, but you know what? I think he deserves. I think he's planning on spending 2 years with Miami and then retiring. I think, why not? Last 2 years of his career, he's been such a good servant playing for this club. Go and have a good 2 years on, and he'll have a good 2 years on and off the pitch, because on the pitch he'll probably play regularly. Off the pitch, he's going to be living a brilliant lifestyle, lovely weather. His family are going to love it. I think he deserves it personally. And I wish him all the best. And he will come back to the club as well. We know he'll have some sort of role when he comes back. It's bound to happen. Somebody like him deserves that. And I'm sure he will return sometime soon. So, very quickly then, where do we all think Stoke will finish at the end of the season? Since this is I know it's getting on into the season. But since this is our first podcast, usually people say where they think their club's going to finish. So I thought we'd just do this very quickly, since it's the first one that we've done for podcasts. So, Ethan, where do you think we'll end up finishing this season then?
Well, right now, I think we're 8th, something like that. 9th, I think, actually.
Yeah, we just fell. Yeah, we fell to 9th, in the end.
So I think we should stick around 9th, 8th, 7th, just under the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because we should keep the consistency now.
Yeah,
we haven't got good quality like Campbell, like Collins, for example, to stick in the team. So I'd say 7th, 8th or 9th, round about there. But if I had to pick one position, I'd probably be 8th.
Okay, Jack, very quickly then, where do you think Stoke will finish at the end of the season?
I hate to predict the same thing, but I'm going to say 8th where we are now. So, well, basically,
I know what you mean. For me, I think we will finish... I'll try and be quick about it, shall I? I think we'll finish 7th, purely because we've clearly seen, like today, when we're on a game, we could beat nearly anybody in this league. But the issue is, how can we consistently win games when we've only got one striker in Fletcher and nobody else that we can bring on for him when he gets tired? And I think that's a massive issue. Plus, we've had a lot of injuries. So I think it'd be a lot to expect of Stoke now to go and get top 6 playoff places. So I'm going to say 7th. So next thing, I think all of us on here have seen it. I know I certainly have. It's been a hot topic on Sky Sports. I've seen it on BT. I've seen a lot of it, a lot of debates about it on Talk Sport. So I wanted to bring it into this. Incident with Darren Drysdale at the Ipswich game. Now, if you didn't know, I'll just quickly explain. There's a foul that's made on Alan Judge, who then... Alan Judge is involved in the incident, the Ipswich player. He approaches the referee. He's clearly getting a lot of stick, the referee at the time. The referee's sort of gone into his face a little bit. There might have been a little skimming of foreheads. And Darren Drysdale, now after that incident, has been fined by the FA. But I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on this. First question, should he have got fined? Let's go to Jack first this time.
Okay, I'm going to add an explanation on this as well. It's just going to be a short one. I don't think he should be fined because if you think about it, referees in the Premier League, someone will just touch him on the shoulder with their little finger. They'll go down to the ground. Sally gets struck by lightning, and then the referee will just give a free kick to them. And I don't think referees should be that soft. I think they should, in the olden days, they didn't used to be that soft.
Yeah,
so I think they should be a bit harder on the players.
I think it's a good point, really. When football was in its sort of younger days, let's say, that is true. Referees would be a lot more in your face. Ethan, does it deserve a fine, and does it even deserve a ban, or does it deserve neither of those? What's your opinion on that?
Why should it?
I completely agree.
Why should it? It's so stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I think, for me, the fact that some people are calling for a ban or an exclusion, and the fact that he's got fined, I think is ridiculous. He doesn't even really do anything. Yeah, he puts his face in there a little bit more than a normal referee was. Maybe it was a bit over the top, but at the end of the day, I do think officials, they should be clamping down and getting across the players that they are the higher authority in these situations, so they should be making it clear that they take control.
It's this thing with, obviously Mike Dean. One, he said, I'm going to take a week off or something, for a weekend off.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any difference.
No.
You still have the, what's it called? Status of being a bad ref. And it's it could be the players pressuring him to give him a red card.
Yeah.
even though it wasn't a red card. It was a silly decision to give Souček a red card.
Well,
even Mitrovic said it wasn't a red card. The player who got bloody fouled.
Well, yeah.
So should it?
I will say, I agree with what you're saying. Although I've got to be honest with you, if we want to talk about Mark Dean, I tell you could talk about his mistakes for hours. Honestly, some of them are awful. Could. So right, let's go on.
I just want to say something. Warren, I think you said this to me. The player disagreed with the referee getting fined.
Yes. Brilliant. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Well reminded, Jack. Yeah, Alan George actually came out after and said that he disagreed with the fine. And yeah, I did say that. I completely forgot. Yeah, spot on there, Jack. Yeah. It's good that you included that because that's important, really. That puts a lot of perspective onto it. Anyway, so we're going to move on to the next thing now. I think this is a tricky one, but I think it's quite a good mini little debate to have as a little segment in this, which is we'll start with Jack on this. So you have got a team, no money involved in this. You've got to have one striker. Do you pick Kane or Lewandowski?
I just think it's got to be Kane.
Okay, what one reason why?
Because if you think about it, English league is harder than like Spanish league and stuff like that. And plus, it's just a cracking player, isn't he, really?
Okay, yeah. I mean, the Premier League is different level.
Pace could work on a bit, but that's it, really.
Okay, Ethan, you've got to pick either one. Which one do you go with?
I think this is easy.
Go on then.
Lewandowski, for me.
And one reason why?
Have you seen how many goals he's got?
Yeah.
He's won the quadruple, by the way.
Yeah.
For Bayern Munich. He won the Champions League. That's probably the best competition you can win.
Yeah, it's true, to be fair.
A club football.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I would say Lewandowski as well. We just it's similar reasons to you, really. You look at how many goals he's scored. Look at the trophies that he's winning. I mean, I know this is a bit unfair on Kane, but Lewandowski, he leads his team to finals and to get trophies. Now, Kane, I know he hasn't got as good of a team around him, but still, look at the trophy difference as well between the pair of them as well. It speaks volumes, really. So I'd go with Lewandowski, although I do respect anybody that would go with Kane. I can't understand that because Kane, he's in top 2 best strikers in the world. So we'll go on to now. What do you think the top 4 will end up being by the end of this Premier League season? Now, obviously, I'm going to say this before anybody else says anything, that I think it's pretty, in my opinion, it's pretty obvious that obviously Man City's going to be first. Are we all agreeing on that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2nd, 3rd and 4th all up for spots. So do you want to say what your 3 teams would be, Ethan?
Well, Man City, the consistency is amazing.
Yeah.
And people are saying, you get all this success from your players like Laporte, Aguero, and De Bruyne. They haven't been using them.
Yeah.
It's just Pep Guardiola makes people tick and makes them better players.
Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
Second, I'd say it's tough. This is. I'd say United. They just clinch it by a few points.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, they've got inconsistency in their games.
Yeah.
But they've got good quality players to reach second.
Yeah.
Third, I'd say Leicester have done well this season.
Yeah.
I think they could do something. They've got some good players.
Yeah.
Good underrated players. Harvey Barnes.
Yeah.
What a player. Jamie Vardy, he's still cracking in goals. Maddison, he pops up a few times. James Justin, what a player. He's so versatile. You can play him anywhere in defence.
Yeah.
Then fourth. Fourth, I do not know. If I had to pick a team, it'd have to be either Liverpool or Everton.
Okay.
I don't think Spurs would. Spurs are too inconsistent.
I'm gonna have to, just for the sake of anybody who does listen to this out there. I know people hate it when they just say it'll either be one or the other. I'm gonna pressure you. You've got to pick a team here for fourth.
I'd say Everton.
Okay, so
big statement. I'd say Everton, but Liverpool would get Europa League.
Well, I think it's funny that you say that because actually for me, I'd have obviously City will win the league. Watching them play football is it's like watching art. Honestly, it's an absolute masterclass, really. Second, I'll give it to United as well. I think they'll just about do it. I think they'll make it tighter than it needs to be, but I reckon they'll get that second place over the line. Third, I'd give to Leicester. I think they're more than capable of being in that top four spot. And actually, it's funny you say big statement Everton. I was actually going to say Everton to come fourth as well. I would say that. So that would be the same for me. So that just leaves Jack to say what he thinks his top four will be.
Okay, so first Man City, as we've all agreed on.
Yeah.
Second, it's got to be Man United. I predicted they would win the league, but there's no chance now.
Yeah.
And third, I'm gonna say Everton.
Okay. Yeah.
And then fourth, Leicester. So all the teams, but just in a different order.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I think that clearly shows that we've got similar ideas there for what it's going to end up being. So I think, it wouldn't be right to go and talk about football today and not talk about Liverpool Everton. It's a Merseyside derby. 5:30 today was kick-off as we're recording this because it is a Saturday night. And obviously Everton came up 2-0 winners. What did you think of that, Jack?
Well, I didn't really watch the game or listen to commentary, but I think I don't really have anything go off, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd say what I'd say is that definitely. I mean, I watched the whole game, and I'll say I think first half it was Everton's half. Liverpool did bits, but it wasn't really much. I thought Henderson, that injury, I thought as soon as that happened, they were 1-0 down anyway. Henderson gets injured, and you just think, wow, this injury crisis at Liverpool just keeps getting worse. I don't know what's going on there, but when your beloved captain for Liverpool, Henderson, goes down like that, he comes back on to try and carry on, and he has to go back off, and then that I think that massively impacted them. And is he? They had to bring on youngster. Is his name Phillips?
Nat Phillips. Yeah. Good player he is.
He is, but when it's for Henderson, and a lot of people have this thing about Henderson sort of solidifying Liverpool's team and being the one that pushes them to do well. I think really it says a massive statement to the top four to say that, you know what, Everton, when they're on the day, they are coming for that top four. They are coming for you because on their day, they can give anybody a good game. I mean, the 3-1 against Man City, I'm not going to talk about it much, but even that, I watched that game. They played so well and did not deserve to lose 3-1. But I think that shows the difference this season between Man City and Liverpool. Everton put in the same performance against Man City that they did tonight against Liverpool. They still lose to City, but they beat Liverpool. I think it shows the gap now between them two for this season anyway. But what were your opinions on that, Ethan, as well? The game today.
Well, Richarlison, people saying, why is he starting up front? And it just shows why he can play up front.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's like a good run, very good run. I thought Kabak, like, he had a poor game.
Yeah, I thought he really struggled tonight.
Gave unnecessary fouls away. Should have pressured a bit on the goal for Richarlison. Yeah, I thought it was really poor from Kabak.
I agree with you.
Obviously on loan from Schalke. I think it was a poor signing anyway.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that wasn't enough.
Why would you sign someone? You're the champions of England. Why would you sign someone who's fighting for relegation in the Bundesliga?
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Questions.
And people were linking Upamecano to Liverpool. They were linking Ramos for some reason.
Well, yeah.
It's a weird signing.
I agree.
Hopefully, he can turn his fortunes around and play like he has been noticed before. Because he has been a good player. He has been one for the future, as people might want to say.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So the final sort of thing really now is predicting the fixtures for the rest of this weekend and any Premier League or Champions League midweek games. So start with the Prem for the rest of this weekend. So tomorrow, 12 o'clock kickoff. West Ham take on Tottenham at home. I'm going to just quickly say what I think will happen here. I think West Ham will win 1-0 with a goal coming from Lanzini. Ethan, quickly, what do you think the score will be? Yeah. Right, then. Why not?
West Ham are a very good team, by the way.
They are.
Very good team.
They are.
This year.
Season, yeah.
They were relegation threatened last year. Now look at them. The fifth.
Yeah, unbelievable season.
I think the score will be 2-1 to West Ham. I think Souček's going to get a goal.
Yeah.
Kane will.
Yeah.
And is Antonio playing? Or is he injured still?
I'm not quite sure. I've got to be honest.
If he's still playing, I think Antonio will. But if he isn't, I'll go with Ben Rama. I think he'll bag a goal.
Yeah,
today.
All right.
I think he'll get his first goal.
Fair enough. Jack, quickly, West Ham Tottenham's final score?
1-1.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, so go on. Sorry.
I think Kane will score, like Ethan said.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure who's going to score for West Ham. It could be anyone.
Okay. So Aston Villa Leicester is a game at saying here seems a bit ridiculous, really. 2:05 kickoff.
What?
Yeah. Everybody go and check that for yourselves. I am not lying here. That is the official kickoff time. For some reason.
2:05.
Interesting. So anyway, at 2:05, specifically 5 minutes past, if you didn't know, Aston Villa will take on Leicester at home. I'm going to say Leicester will win 2-0. Goals coming from a goal from Maddison and a goal for Barnes. I'll say 2-0 win for Leicester. Ethan, your prediction for that?
I think 2-1 Leicester.
Yeah.
I think Grealish will score first for Villa. Then good old Harvey Barnes will get the equaliser, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we all know that video.
And Vardy will score.
Okay, Jack, Aston Villa, Leicester.
I hate to go same score as Ethan, but 2-1 Leicester, 2 for Vardy, and 1 from Grealish.
Okay, fair enough.
Because he got the golden boot last season. Was it last? Yeah, it was last season. So.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.